All right, we're doing lesson 2.8. We're going to multiply terms now. I want to remind you that you're using your whiteboards and keep your books closed until I tell you. Here we go. All right.
Yes, sir.
How to multiply. Are we ready? Terms you don't have to be like terms to multiply. You have to be like terms to add and subtract, but that makes it beautiful. I don't know if you remember back when you guys were doing fractions. And if I did 1/2, that's a good one, plus 2/3, what do I have to add? What has to be like to be able to add fractions? Common denominators, because we were getting them to be like terms. But if I was multiplying, was multiplying easier?
Yes.
Because I didn't have to have a like term. I just multiplied the tops, multiplied the bottoms, and I was done, right?
Well, if you multiply like 3s by 2y, would it just be 6y?
Good question. That's what we're going to do next. So, you just multiply the numbers. You just multiply the numbers, and then you combine the exponents. So let's do some. You're going to watch now. I'm going to show the work. You ready? Okay.
Watch TV.
We're going to multiply the numbers. Look up here. I have a 3, a -4, and a 5. I'm going to multiply those all together. What is that going to become?
Lot.
A negative number for sure.
Negative 60x.
Negative 60. Okay, I agree with that. I made a big negative, by the way. I don't know why I made that so big. All right, but now I've got an x and an x squared.
X to the third.
I heard it. He said x to the third. Is that true?
Yes.
How do we get that? X. How do we get the 3?
X squared is already squared.
Okay.
And then
X is just a 1.
This is just an invisible 1. What do I do to those exponents? Add them together. So we have now 60x. You didn't have to find like terms. You just multiplied and combined things together. Okay. That's a good question. What if there's some y's now? Let me see if I have a y on there. All right. Let's do one with a y. So you guys have been asking, because Ace asked the same thing. What if I had 2x times 3y squared times 3xy? Let's do that one. All right. So I multiply the number. Go write this down on your boards, please. I want you to guess. Make an educated guess by what you've done. If you think you can do this one. Yep, it does. All right.
Have a big block.
Are you ready? Write this on the board and see if you can do this one by yourself. See if you can figure out what this one might be. On your marks, get set, go.
Done.
I got one person who's made an educated guess or a hypothesis.
That'd be 8. Or no, I meant to say that'd be 18.
Okay, so I agree with the 18 part, but I want to know how the x's and the y's do what they do.
Yeah,
What
I think it's
and
X, Y.
don't tell me out loud. Try it on your paper. Try it on your board. On your board. I agree with the 18, but x what and y what? Those are question marks, by the way.
I think I have it.
Yes. Not quite. Almost. Not quite. Almost. Almost. Let me see.
I'm gonna quit the whole thing.
Where did you? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the 3, and the 2. What does that become, Ben? What's 3 times 3 times 2?
103 million.
18.
Yes. So that's where I got this 18.
18.
Okay. Okay, that's where I got the 18. No. Write an 18. I told you the answer. I told you an 18. So write an 18.
I see,
Write an 18, and it's an x to the something and y to the something. You got to figure out what the x to the what and y to the what. I've got one person in the room who has it. I've got, not yet, but almost. Keep working. Not quite, but almost.
What?
Oh, wait.
Almost.
I
Almost.
put 10.
All right, so here we go. Let's do this together. Let's do this together. I'm going to erase my question marks. All right. I have some x's. I'm going to circle them in red. I have an x to the 1 power, right? And an x to the 1 power. So how many x's do I have total?
2.
X squared. 2 of them. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
My y's, I'm going to do it.
Oh, yeah. Done.
Okay, how many Y's do I have?
3.
3 of them. Very good. All of you had, because there's an invisible 1 right here. There's an invisible 1 right there, and 2 for a total of 3. Okay. I want you to keep your whiteboards out. I want you to try this one now. Try this one now. All these people are leaving me. Try this one, please. Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry, you guys. That's a y squared. Please forgive me. This is a squared right here. That's a... Yes, xy squared. Please forgive me. I didn't... Anybody have an answer for this one? I got one person who has an answer. Do you have the same one as him? Check it with him. All right, erase that, Asa, and do this one. We've got another one on the board here. Raise your hand. 5xy squared, by the way. That's supposed to be a squared. I'm sorry about that. That's a squared. Please forgive me about that. 5xy squared times 2x to the 4th. I'm going to tell you that you should have a 10 in front. Raise your hand if you had a 10 in front. All right?
Oh,
You have a 10. You should have some kind of x's and some kind of y's.
I think I have it.
We're going to do the question marks in a minute. Don't forget, there's an invisible 1 right there with that x. There's an invisible 1 right there on that x.
This?
All right, now let's do this together. All right, how many x's do we have?
5 total.
5 total. So I have 1 right here, and I have 4 for a total of 5. And then how many y's?
2.
2, not 3, but 2. All right. Here we go. Do this one, please. Do this one, please. I believe I have all the exponents correct this time. I'm going to... Thank you. Please write the problem and the answer, please. Write the problem and the answer, please. Let's get the numbers. Is it going to be a negative or a positive?
It's going to be a negative.
I hear it's a negative. Is that true?
Wait, no, positive.
I hear it's going to be a positive. Is that true?
Yes.
Why is it going to be positive? Because we have negative times, so it's going to be a positive for sure. So I'm going to have a 7. We're going to have...
40, or would it be 54?
Somebody says 54. Is that true?
Sure.
I have 2 people who think it's 54. Does the majority rule, or is there truth that has to come in here? I heard somebody says 28. Is it 28 or is it 54? Why is it 54?
It's 56.
It's 56.
That's right. I did it.
56.
It's 56 or 54?
I did my math a little bit.
That's 56? Negative or positive?
Positive.
Okay, and then we're going to have n's and m's, right? N's, I don't know how many. And m's, I don't know how many. I'm going to put the n's first, but let me check. You can. I mean, if the answer key will definitely have the n's first because they like to do alphabetical order. But if you put the m first, you will not be incorrect. You can do your alphabetical order, though. It's perfectly fine.
I think I have it.
Oh, but that would mean m's go before n's then.
Where did y'all get to 56?
Yeah, as we multiply all the numbers.
Okay.
7, -7.
I love that he's asking, Ben. We're just a second. Ben, we're doing -7 times 2 is 14. And 14 times 4.
Well, it would be negative 4. Negative 4.
Does that make sense? That's how we got it. All right, just a second. Check each other. You guys have the same thing? All right. Now talk amongst each other. Debate with each other. Debate with each other and see who's right. You got you 3. Debate with each other. Okay, you guys, you 4. Debate with each other and see who's got it right. All right, let's do some debating. The N. The N's. What's the N's? Is
5.
N's
Oh, lightning.
is N 5?
N is 5 in the answer.
All right, we're recording, gentlemen. We're recording here. And is N 5 or not?
It is 5.
How many disagree with me that it's 5? And what about the M? Is M 5?
No, it's 6.
It's 6. Because I have 4 here,
Oh my gosh.
1 here, and 1 here for a total
I ain't
of
playing outside today.
6.
They go boom boom.
All right, now listen. Listen, are you ready? If I would have written
I really
56 M6N5, is that correct?
Yeah.
The answer key might have one or the other, but you need to realize that it'll probably list this one because that's alphabetical order. Okay? All right. I want you to do numbers 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8 in your book. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8. Raise your hand when you have them. I want to make sure you know what you're doing before you leave this place.
It's raining, it's pouring, Leo, and it's morning.
You
You
bump
bump
his head
his
and
head
die.
with your bag. Just wake up in the morning.
All right. I have 8x and, 3x and 8. What can I combine?
You can combine the 3 and the 8.
The 3 and the 8. What's 8 times 3?
24.
I've only got one person in this room that knows what 8 times 3 is.
8 times 3 is 24.
24 and 24x. I'm done. Let's go to number 2. I've got 4 and 8 combined to be what?
32y.
32.
Squared. Y squared. Y squared.
Y to the what?
Y to the second.
Second power, y squared. That is correct.
I got
32y squared. Are you guys with me?
I am with you. I am picking up what you're putting down.
You're picking up what I'm putting down. All right. And 7 and negative 5. I put that together first and you get
Negative 35.
negative 35.
XY squared.
X, because there's nothing to go with it, but y comes together as y. And how many y's do I have?
2y.
2 of them.
X squared.
All right. Raise your hand if you have that on your paper.
Is that-
All right. Asa, do you have that on your paper?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
What did I get?
Did you get negative 35 xy squared?
Yeah.
Good. Let's do number 5 together. Okay, be careful. What's the number that goes with this one right here?
1.
Be careful.
Negative 1.
Negative 1. There's an invisible 1 there. So we have an 8 and times negative 1 becomes...
7.
Careful, not 7.
Whoops.
What's 8 times negative 1?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. I'll give you time to
actually
erase,
got 8 Y
to
squared
fix it.
Negative 8.
Negative 8.
Just y.
Is it just y?
Because wouldn't it be a negative 1 exponent?
This has a positive 1 exponent. The only thing that's negative is the 1 in front.
Okay.
So it's y to the what power?
Y to the third.
The what? The third. That's correct. Raise your hand if that's what you had on number 5. Negative 8y cubed.
Now I have that.
No, now you do. Now you do. Okay, good. I already fixed it. Good. That's why we do it together, and that's why I go over it with you so you can have them right. Number 10. I have, the numbers I have are 10, 3, and 1. What's 10 times 3 times 1?
30.
30. All right. Everybody have a 30. Does everybody have a 30?
Yes.
All right. I have a y. I'm going to do x first.
X. You only want X.
How many x's do I have
You only
total?
have 1.
1.
How many y's do I have total?
3.
Y cubed. All right. 30 xy cubed.
We're done.
No, we're not.
All right.
We got one.
We just learned how to multiply the terms. I did a bunch of the today's problems with you. I am suggesting that you do the extra problems in the back. All right. We're finished with this lesson.